Hello students, welcome back to our game web channel. Hope all of you are doing well as usual. Today we will study the new topic called motion under gravity. Now in the previous videos we have seen the motion along x-axis. That's the horizontal motion. And here we are going to study the vertical motion. Now let's revise horizontal motion in short. So first of all, what do you mean by motion? Motion means change in the position of the body with respect to time. Now if the body moves exactly along x-axis, then it is the horizontal motion. And if the body moves exactly along y-axis, then it's a vertical motion. Now let's write the kinematical equation for the horizontal motion. See, here there is a body which is at rest at point O, and somebody pushes this body with certain force. Then the body starts moving from point O, it reaches point A, then it reaches point B. And I'm going to consider the motion of the body from point A to B. So this is the initial position for this motion, when this is the final position. Hence, velocity at the initial position is taken as u, and the velocity at the final position is taken as v. Now, we know that then v is greater than u. When the velocity is increasing continuously, means the body is accelerating. So let A be the acceleration of the body, and the distance covered by the body is s. So this is the displacement also. Okay, so we have three kinematical equations. Which are those three kinematical equations? The first equation is v is equal to u plus at, while second equation is s equal to ut plus half at square, and the third equation is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So these are the three kinematical equations that we have studied in case of the horizontal motion, means motion along x-axis. Now let's see what is the vertical motion. Now as we all know, we are under the influence of gravitational field of the earth. Means earth attract every body within its vicinity. So when the object is released from certain height, then that object starts falling down. So this object falls due to the effect of the force of gravity exerted by the earth. So this motion, the vertical motion of the body under the influence of gravity, is known as the motion under gravity. Now suppose I release one body from certain height, means this is the tower of height h, and the body is thrown up with certain velocity. So the velocity is u. Then what will happen? The body will attain certain height and then it starts falling down. Now suppose this point is A, this point is B, and this point is C. Then why does the body changes its direction? Instead of going up further, it starts falling down. It is because at this point B, velocity of the body is 0. Velocity of the body is 0. It is because when body starts moving from A to B, it is going against gravity. Therefore, its total energy decreases continuously and the velocity becomes 0 at point P. Now, as the velocity is 0, the body starts falling down. So, when the body falls freely due to the influence of Earth's gravity force, then we say that this is motion under gravity. Now, here one interesting thing happens. When the body starts falling from point B to point C, then every second its velocity increases by 9.8 meter. So the acceleration of the body is 9.8 meter per second square. So that acceleration which the body attains is the acceleration due to gravity, and the value is 9.8 meter per second square. The meaning is that when the body is falling from certain height, when the body starts approaching the ground from certain height, then the body causes an acceleration due to the effect of gravity. So this acceleration caused due to the effect of gravity is the acceleration due to gravity, And the value of this acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square. And for the calculation purpose, many times we take A is equal to 10 meter per second square also. Now, the meaning of this is that t is equal to 0, velocity is 0. But after 1 second, suppose body comes to this point, then its velocity will become 9.8 meter per second, magnitude wise, at t is equal to 1 second. Then suppose body reaches this point after 2 seconds. Then the speed will become 2 into 9.8, that means 19.6 meter per second square. So every second the speed of the body is increasing by 9.8 meter per second. Hence there is an increase in the speed of the body with respect to time by an amount 9.8. So the acceleration becomes 9.8 meter per second, which is caused due to the gravity effect. So this is the acceleration due to gravity, that is 9.8 meter per second square. Now there is always talk of this term called a free fall. What do you mean by free fall of the body? When body falls freely under the influence of gravity, when it is released from certain height, then this is the free fall. When the body starts falling freely from point P to point C, it's a free fall. Now then, what are the sign conventions to be used to solve the numericals of motion under gravity, or how will you modify these three kinematic equations for the motion under gravity? It's very simple. So what we'll do, the sign conventions are like this. See, now this is the ground, body is being thrown up, then velocity is positive and the displacement is positive. Means for the upward motion, velocity is taken as positive and even displacement is also taken as positive. And for the downward motion, now you take this as a reference line. Then the velocity is negative while the displacement is also negative. When you throw object in the upward direction, the gravity force is in the downward direction. Or even if the body is released from certain height, that time also gravity force is always in the downward direction. Means when the object is being thrown up, G is in the downward direction only, and when the object is released from certain height, that time also G is in the downward direction. So this G becomes a downward vector. So take G negative. So take G as minus G. Now what are the three kinematic equations? V is equal to U plus AT. So I'll write this. V is equal to U plus AT. So in place of A, write minus G. So this will be V is equal to U plus minus G into T. So therefore the formula becomes V is equal to U minus GT. What is the second kinematic equation? Second kinematic equation is S is equal to ut plus half at square. So here in place of A write minus G, therefore this will be S is equal to ut plus half into minus G into T square. So therefore this becomes S equal to ut minus half GT square. So this is the second kinematic equation. And the third kinematic equation is, we have this V square is equal to U square plus 2AS, and this we will write it as V square is equal to U square plus 2 into minus G into s. So this will become v square is equal to u square minus 2gs. So these are the three kinematical equations for this motion under gravity. Now students, always remember one point. When the object is thrown with initial velocity, then at the highest point velocity is 0. But if the object is released from this point A in the downward direction, and take initial velocity as 0. So these are the certain sign conventions. Again, suppose if you want to find out the time taken by the body to reach maximum height, always prefer to use this first equation. So this I will call it as the equation 1. This is the first equation. This is the second equation. While this is the third equation. So if you want to calculate the time taken by the body to reach maximum height, always use this formula. If you want to calculate the time taken by the body to reach the ground, means object is thrown with certain velocity in the upward direction, or object is released from certain height, and you want to calculate the time taken by the body to reach the ground, use the second formula. And if you want to calculate height, use the third formula. I hope all of you understood this concept of motion under gravity. And students, to improve your performance in JEE and NEET examination and MSc examination, kindly subscribe our channel. Thank you.